Hi kids, welcome back to the new edition of Knowledge Capsule. Hope you all enjoyed solving it this time all over again. This time we have introduced Sudoku to you and I hope you all enjoyed doing this. I really enjoy solving Sudoku. So, I know many of you know what Sudoku is and you can solve much higher complex ones. But for those who do not know, let me take you through. So, Sudoku is our number play, that is, arranging our numbers in a particular format. So, what format is that? Over here, if you see the first one, there are three columns and three rows. So, this is called a 3 by 3 Sudoku. And over here you have to place numbers 1, 2 and 3. Only these three digits would come. So the basic rule of Sudoku is that in any row or in any column, the number should not be repeated. That is, if you see 1 is over here, so 1 cannot come here or here, neither can 1 come here or here. And so we have to arrange 1, 2 and 3 in such a way that they appear in all rows and all columns but without getting repeated. So let us start solving the first one. So let's go from the top. Over here is our 3. So now we know from the rule of Sudoku that 3 can't come here, 3 can't come here. So 3 has to come here and here because for this row, the second row, 3 is not coming here. So 3 can only come here. So let's place 3 over here. And for the third row, 3 can't come here because 3 is already at the top. So over here is the position of 3. Now let's go back again to our first row. Over here if we say look at this cell, under it 2 and 3 already there. So the only number which can come here is 1. Now let's move on over here. Now 1 and 3 is already taken up. So the only number which can come here is 2. So you see that your one row and two columns are already filled up. Only remaining is these two cells, which is also very easy to fill up. If you look at this cell, beside it 2 and 3 already there. So 1 would come here and under it would be 2. So this is how you solve your 3 by 3 Sudoku, which is extremely easy. If you just double check it, no number is repeated in any of the rows and columns and each number is appearing once in each row and each column. That's what Sudoku is. Now let's move on to our 4 by 4 Sudoku. Again over here we have 4 columns and 4 rows. And since this is 4 by 4 Sudoku, number 4 is also appearing over here. Now we have to fill it up with 1 to 4. Let's look at first row first. Over here 3 and 4 is already there. So we have to fill in 1 and 2. Now if you see the first cell, 1 cannot come here because 1 is already there under it in that column. So what can come here is 2. So the last cell automatically becomes 1. Now, if we see this column 1, 2, 3 is already there. So what comes here is 4. Moving on, if you look at this row, 1, 2, 4 is already filled up. So over here what would come? 3. And we know that 3 is correct because it is holding the correct value for this row as well as for this column. Now, going to the second row. Over here we see that 2 and 4 is already there. So we need to place 1 and 3. In this cell, 3 can't come because 3 is just above it. So what can come is 1. So 3 would come over here. Similarly, in this cell, if you see 1 is under it, 3 and 4 is above it. So what can come here is only 2. And what remains over here is 4. And hence our Sudoku is solved. Very easy, isn't it? So 3 by 3 and 4 by 4 are very easy Sudokus if you know the basic rule. That is, no number should be repeated in rows or columns and each number should appear once in each row and each column. Next time we would bring to you a little difficult version of Sudoku. Until then, keep practicing these. Now let's move on to our next slide, which is the challenge corner. Over here, we have a question with our coin. So we all know that a coin has two sides. One is heads, the other is tails. So based on that, we have this question. Now what does it say? Darsh asks his friend to flip a coin. How many times? 30 times. And he says that if head is coming, Darsh will pay rupee 1 to his friend. But if tails is coming, Darsh will get rupees 2 from his friends. So his friend starts flipping the coin and he flips it 30 times. And at the end, what happens? That neither Darsh has to pay nor he has to take. That is, their amount finally becomes equal. So no one is going to pay or no one is going to get. How is that possible? Let's do it by making this chart. It becomes easier this way. So over here we have written heads, over here tails. Now suppose Darsh's friend flips the coin and heads come. So he flips the coin one time and head comes. It means Darsh will pay rupees 1 to his friend. Suppose now his friend again flips the coin and this time tail comes. So what happens? Darsh will get rupees 2 from his friend. So in total, if his friend has flipped the coins 2 times, Darsh is getting 1 rupee. Now we are seeing that when tail is once and when head is once, the amount is more in tail. So to make heads same as tail so that the end result becomes 0, what do we have to do? Let his friend flip the coin again and suppose head comes. That is, now number of times head has come becomes 2. So what happens? If number of times 2 comes, that is head comes, Darsh has to pay 2 rupees, and if tail has come once, Darsh will get 2 rupees. And the end result becomes 0 because 2 times he is paying and 1 time he is getting. So by this rule, what we see that if his friend is flipping the coin 3 times and heads is coming 2 and tails is coming once, the end result, that is the exchange of hand, becomes 0. So by this method, we understand that the exchange of hand can only be 0 when head comes double the times of tails. Like over here, 2 is double of 1. So head is coming double the times of tails, then our end result becomes 0. Now the total times the coin has been flipped in our example until now is 3 times. But how many times in total they have to flip? 30 times. So 30 is a multiple of 3. What multiple it is? Multiple of 10. So let us multiply this with 10. So 1 into 10 becomes 10 and 2 into 10 becomes 20. So if head comes 20 times and tail comes 10 times, the end result is 0. That is, Darsh has to pay 20 and Darsh will get 20. So ultimately 20 minus 20 becomes 0. So our answer is head should come 20 times, then only the end result would be 0. That is, head should come double the times of tails. This is how this has been done. Because the amount exchanged was double, so the number of times it should be flipped and head should land should also be double of tails. Hope you understood this and enjoyed this addition. Keep learning.